What's up, guys? I feel like a pivotal point in my life was when I was introduced to the concept of semen retention. I feel like it really opened up my horizons, and I feel like it expanded my worldview to a whole nother degree. I really think that at the core of semen retention lies discipline, obviously. And through that discipline, you're able to better channel your willpower as a man. Again, I'm not a doctor. I read a little bit on the science on it. This is all coming from personal experience. These are my thoughts. This is what's happened to me, or what I believe has happened to me in my life. And I feel like the creative power that semen has, right, which has the potential to make a baby with an egg, obviously, is ultimately the root of the creative power that we use to create anything, whether that be workouts, whether that be projects, whether that be money, whatever inspiration we get to be creative, I believe is ultimately sourced from there. And when our creativity is blocked, I believe it comes from a misuse or a blockage of that energy that comes from your sacred bodily fluids. So I just want to invite you guys to be more aware of how you see this fluid. I feel like society and pornography have desensitized us to the true potential that lies in, you know, it's not meant to be spilled on titties. It's not meant for facials. As hot as society has made that to be, it's probably a lot hotter if you use it to start your own business, if you use it to actually direct your willpower towards self-development and growth, if you use it to actually cultivate your masculinity, if you use it to actually cultivate your sensitivity. Because when you don't spill, when you abstain from super stimulus like pornography or masturbation, your sensitivity not only to your partners and to sex, but your sensitivity to life increases. Everything feels deeper. Your awareness deepens. Your connection to yourself deepens. And you ultimately give birth to a new you by abstaining from ejaculation. Again, I know that the science on it is anecdotal. I'm speaking from personal experience. I've been on this journey myself for about 7.5 years, going on 8 years, since I first came across the concept of semen retention. It's not that I haven't came in 8 years. Please don't get it mistaken. Shit, I busted yesterday. If you guys must know, like, it's something that you observe, right? You become more aware of. There is practices and exercises that you can do in where you can train your body as a male to have non-ejaculatory orgasms. So you can still have orgasms. They feel just as good, if not better, and you get to retain your semen. But at the core of it is retaining your semen and not spilling your seed. So I will be talking more about this as the inspiration hits. Stay tuned. And the best, I think when as I was coming across this journey, I set like different parameters for myself, because I was a chronic masturbator. I was addicted to pornography, and I was just not right, bro. I was not feeling good. I was still working out. I was still meditating. I was still trying to meditate. I was still reading, writing here and there, but it was all very superficial. You know, I just feel like I didn't have depth, and I feel like I still didn't know how to handle stress. I felt like I still didn't know how to handle anxiety. And so through this semen retention and that final link between my sexuality and my spirituality, as I abstained from pornography more and more, and I abstained from masturbating more and more, I got it to the point where I only ejaculated when I was having actual sex with partners, right? And so I think that's a good baseline. That's a good goal to have in the beginning. Just if you're gonna nut, let somebody else make you nut, you know? And if you're gonna do it yourself, you're kind of squandering your chances at actually going and having the magnetism that's created when you cultivate your semen. Dude, it's crazy. I'm telling you, like, I will go 2-3 weeks without coming, and my riz, I hate saying that word, my game, my sauce, my drip, whatever, is insane. It's insane. I'm just macking like left and right. It's just easy. It comes natural. But I noticed the feeling, like, after like the second, third day after ejaculating, man, it's just not the same. It's just not the same. Whether that be like completely on me and my perspective of like how I now view things, it's just it changes you. And I think a lot of us aren't aware to how it changes us as men, because we haven't actually spent the time exploring what it feels like to not come, you know? I know when I was on the deep end, I was at like 3 nuts a day and just like crazy. And I was still trying to have sex with my partners, you know? But the degree of sensitivity and pleasure that came into my sexual life when I stopped masturbating and I stopped watching pornography was insane. Oh my God, I was like, dude, like sex felt like when I was like magical again. You know, you become really sensitive to your partner's energies. You become really intuitive to what they actually want, what brings them pleasure. So anyway, I invite you guys to read up on it, study deeper, do your own research. Don't listen to me. I don't know shit about nothing. I don't know nothing about nothing. Much love, guys. Peace.